Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ascent, the space game. And we're going to go ahead and skip the tutorial here. It's just very basic. It teaches you how to fly and, I believe, shoot one drone. Oh!
We need transport. Is there anybody left out there?
There's a distress call.
This is a distress call from the SS Archimedes. We need transport. Repeat, we need transport.
So, when you first start out, there's a bit of a tutorial, and we're going to work on that right now. I'm going to also just turn down the volume just a wee bit more here. And actually, I don't know if the music is at all copyrighted, so I'm going to just disable it so we don't have any issues with that. So, oh, I didn't even know what button I clicked there. I've never seen that before. Anyways, welcome to Ascent, the space game. And this is a really cool game with a lot of features. And let me just give you some ideas before we start. We're going to be running through a tutorial through a few episodes at least. The tutorial is more like a storyline. They call it the tutorial, but it is to get you started in the game, but as well as the tutorial is like a story and you actually follow it and do missions and things. But in this game, you can mine. You can go out to gas giants and collect gases like oxygen and nitrogen, I guess, or hydrogen and many other things. You can go out and I said mine. You can trade. You can do, there's contact boards like this where you can, do some missions. Now, right now, because you're doing like sort of a storyline mission, there's only one thing there, but usually there's like a couple dozen things or whatnot. Then you can own a space station, and the space station has the potential of having something like 500 or 600 modules on it, which is insane. And I mean, for example, one module could be a hangar, another module could be a storage thing. One could be a power unit, whatnot. Then you can actually have settlements on planets. There's inner ones, and then there's outer ones, I guess. The outer ones can go up to something like 200,000 apparently settlement objects. I guess an object would be, say, for example, a farm or a water tower, things like that, or a mine. And you can go around and scan planets and legitimately actually do something with them. Find like the best resources on the planet, the flattest part of the planet, things like that. The game goes on and on and on. There's even PvE with NPCs, pirates, I guess. There's salvaging. There's a lot you can do in this game, and I think it's really interesting. Now, I want to warn you guys, this game is kind of old school feel. If you played Anarchy Online and things like that, and you enjoyed that game, and you accept that game, then you'll love this game. If you dislike something a little older school like that, you might not enjoy it. It doesn't feel like Elite, doesn't feel like Star Citizen, it doesn't feel like, a lot, No Man's Skies. It's not that arcade smooth, just glide away. It gets, it takes a while to get used to, and there's some bugs here and there, but it's a very small indie development team, so I think it's worth it. And also, one last thing, if you're worried, if you've heard, hey, I heard there is a premium service and it costs, money, like a subscription, it's $3 a month. $3. So don't worry about that. And you don't even need it. You can do so much in the game without it. But it helps the developer. And in fact, it seems so little to support the developer, but that's what he charges. So let's get started, shall we? Let's go and talk to Susan here.
My son and I were trying to get home to Ceres. Can you take us home?
Sure.
Thanks. There are people starving in the streets down there on Vulcan. I need to get home to my grain farms and see what I can harvest before any more of them die.
Oh. Anyways, so we're going to go. We're going to exit. Disembark doesn't mean exit, oddly enough. So she would like us to go to, it says series. So I have this on automatically open up usually. It doesn't seem to always do it, but basically autopilot open is really nice. I also have this feature here, which is useful sometimes. Manual grav anchor. You can turn that on and off. It'll automatically use it or not. Basically, if you have manual on, you use your Alt key to turn it on and off. So see, I'm going to move like this. See how I'm moving? And I'll just randomly keep going. But if I turn the anchor on, I will start to slow down, and that's kind of its use, really. Okay, so let's go to Sears. I'm going to be always bad at pronunciation. I know where we are. We're in Vulcan. There you go. We went through the gate there, if you didn't notice. The coolest thing about this game is you can fly around normal, but you can also use the autopilot system using the gates and stuff, and it's really nice. You don't have to fly or anything, so even if you suck at flying, you'll have to get used to it for mining and things in the future, but even for now, you could just go around and get used to just docking and using navigation, getting used to it. And there's a map as well, so keep that in mind.
Thanks. Here's 10 tons of grain for your troubles. If you take it to Vulcan, they'll fetch an unusually high price in the market and save lives. Those people need our help.
Damn. So yeah, if we hit map here, this is kind of in the way. I don't know what happens if I were to. But this is the map. The blue is the inner, the starting sectors. And then the purple, as far as I know, is the player-made gates. These are just the gate lines. It goes a lot further than this. It doesn't render at all like into infinity. There's something like 270 billion systems. Each one of these are a system, so you can see that it definitely doesn't render 270 billion right now in the game. I think when you move around, you can see them, but you have the ability to search and bookmark things, etc., etc. But very cool. So let's. Oh, that's cool. Oh, channels. Let's exit the station. Oh. Yeah, we're going to exit, actually. And let's get out of the map. If you stay in the map, you won't even know that you left the station. So we're going to go back to Vulcan here. And also, don't worry about crashing and things like that. Don't, we can zoom in, by the way, and you can hold down your right key and you can kind of steer. Don't worry about smashing into stuff. Let's turn off our anchor, get some more speed here. Boom. You bounce. Everything's bounce. I don't think you take damage. It's not like super realistic in that sense. You can just bounce off of things, which I think is kind of cool. Also, if you hit shift space, I'm screwing around on purpose, of course. If you hit shift space, you'll lock in your thrusters, and it'll just keep going. You can go to, I don't know, 1 billion meters a second, as far as I know. It keeps its momentum, and it'll keep going and going and going. Now, I don't recommend that, but if you really wanted to, you could do that. Okay, so let's go to Vulcan space. Let's join his channel for fun. Moon. Oops. Join Moon Crest. I think you have to do that with Control C, is it? Oh, yeah. Join Moon Crest. No, maybe not. I don't know. Dave 6000, by the way, is your computer, and that's your computer console. Apparently, you can do a lot of things like tell it to dump cargo through a command line and stuff like that. It's kind of really cool. Anyways, let's get out of this damn map here, and here you go. We're going to dock here. Oh, it worked now. Oh, you can always emergency jump back, huh? That's cool. So here's the contact board I told you about, all the different things there. So here's the grain. We're going to just do it at the local market. I don't think anyone's buying grain. Plus, I don't know what would happen if I were to do it that way. Probably wouldn't be good for us. So here, we're going to sell the grain. We're going to just hit max.
Well done. You've reduced the starvation on Vulcan. I don't have any more grain harvested yet, but you can buy more from Ceres, back on Andromeda Space Station. Ceres mostly produces grain, so you can usually get it cheaper than anywhere else here. If you take more to Vulcan, it will keep fetching a high price until people stop starving. A few more trips should do it.
Nice. So, there was a tip here, and I had it here somewhere. I wrote it down. And, oh yes, Apollo, and you can get meat, and apparently it's a little bit more, you get a bit more out of it if you want, so we're going to leave here. Another hint is also you could buy iron and try to sell elsewhere. So there is iron here. Sells for 150. I'm going to buy it. It's not like it's much there, but we'll see what happens. And then, exit station. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and get some meat from Apollo. And this is an asteroid. You can see the names on there. You can mine those. There you go. You didn't see what just happened there. That didn't happen. We did not just go through a planet. There we go. And so here we're going to go to the local market. Now this is just local market, like NPCs and stuff like that. See, so 193 from 150, I believe it was. So we can sell max of that. And then we're going to buy the meat. And we could just say max. Now the meat is 400 each. Woo, those are expensive. But we have enough credits to buy what we need. And we're going to exit the station. And then we're going to go to Vulcan again. So right now it's kind of like trading simulator. And there's ships like, I have only 10 storage. I think the biggest ship was something like 65,000 or something like that storage. Or maybe it was bigger than that now. Actually, I think it might have been bigger, but they're going to insane amounts to the point where I think he said something about like storing something about a planet atmosphere. I don't know. It was something crazy, but oh yeah, and there's terraforming in this game. You can actually terraform planets. You go to planets, you can land on planets, you can get out on the planet, you can take a soil sample of the planet, and then you can even terraform the planets. I think there's actually 2 methods of terraforming too, which one requires the cooperation of a lot of people, which I think is a lot cheaper to do, and then there's another one where you have to place special things around the planet to properly terraform it. Just to give you the idea of the depth of this game. It might look simple and small now, but there's a lot of depth to it in the long run. Okay, so let's do we're gonna do sell, I guess, local market here. And we're going to sell our meats. So they go for 37 extra. But hey, it's a little bit more than what we had, right? So look, we got a little skill here. And there we go. End starvation. Oh, looks like we haven't end starvation yet. Yeah, it wants us to buy more grain. So I guess we have to do this a couple of times. Let's go ahead and do that again then. So let's buy this. And let's buy the grain this time. Let's just see if there is much of a difference. I don't think it'll hurt us anyways. Go back to the global chat. Okay, so, well, that's the surface, by the way, which we'll be doing soon. Maybe not this episode, but... Okay, let's purchase that grain, shall we? So, we're going to sell the iron, which sold for... Was it 150 or 100? I don't remember now. I feel like we didn't make much from the iron. But anyways, we can sell the iron off. So we'll just go max. And then we'll buy the grain at 80 each, and we'll buy that at max. And then we'll exit the station. And we'll go back to Vulcan. This is probably the last time. You can click this to get a little more information if there is any. But as far as I know, it did say something, so it's any kind of food type. As far as I know, it doesn't have to just be grain. But I thought I'd spin it around, see, you know, which one gives you a better deal. Probably the meat, but because it was 37 extra I got out of the meat. This cost 80, so it's like, how much is that iron? I got like 3 from the iron. Okay, so how much did I just play? 70, 80, 90? Yeah, I think you got more from the meat, but not much. So we can sell this. Oh.
Well done.
There we go.
The food riots are over, but malnutrition still affects Vulcan. The price of grain is back to normal. A more modest profit if you continue shipping it there. Oh, and if you're going out that way, could you take my ranch boss, Ian Whitaker, back to Apollo? It's about time my cattle ranches started producing again. Oh, and if you're after more of a challenge, I may have something for you.
Ooh. There we go. So we're going to destination Apollo space, blah, blah, blah. So we might as well go ahead and might as well get the iron. We're going to go to another station. So if iron is so-called, you know, unless they're selling iron there too, we'll probably flip a profit. So you can see our balance up there now. It doesn't always update. By the way, the UI sometimes it gets glitchy. You could just go to a shipyard, for example, and then return, and that should fix any, you know, reload the UI or whatever if it does glitch out. Sometimes it might not show you the correct prices, unfortunately. That's one of the, you know, the bugs in an indie game. And you have to remember, there's like one guy who's working on this game, so I've seen worse with a game with 25 people working on it, or 15, or, you know, so I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching me now play a lot of space games that have a lot of bugs in them, you know, indie ones. Okay, so we'll land at SS Apollo. Almost seeds. Okay.
Thanks. We'll have enough beef to wallpaper your ship in no time. Can you take these seeds to Ubertus?
Okay.
I have an agent there buying land, and we'll establish
local
some
market.
farms.
Oh, you know
The
what we
people
should
there
look?
need
Contact
work,
boards.
And we have 8 planets to feed.
I highly doubt anyone's buying iron, but you could look on here. You could see rare items wanted, deed for sale, limited time only, class 1 hyperdrive, blueprints. You know, there's different things on here. It's just kind of cool. But anyways, local market, and we're gonna sell it. Wow, it actually sells for a decent amount here. So we made 50 profit from all that. So I mean, we have no cargo really, right? So in the end, what did we make? We made 500 credits. Not much, but it's a start, right? So we'll max that out. Look at that. Getting extra skills. You can go up here, by the way, and you have a skill thing. Provides better profit. If you check out their wiki, which I recommend reading the wiki and stuff, it definitely will tell you a lot more about the mathematical formulas of how that works. If you're into that. Okay, so deliver 300 seeds to blah, blah, blah. SS Orion. Okay, so what do you sell here? Max meat 400. Let's take a chance. Okay, so let's get out of here. So most of the missions right now are very handy. On the wiki, there's also Ascent Start Systems map you can find, which is just a very small little easy to read chart to tell you where the jump gates are per system and stuff to get around easy through the systems. But most of these are going to be simple, as in you don't have to go far. They'll always be usually the next system, but soon we'll be getting away from that, and you might get lost or confused where you might want to use that. Or don't forget to use the map.
Some mining robots from Vulcan? I need 10 units on Ceres, 10 on Apollo,
This is it,
and
yeah.
10 to Ubertus.
This is the one where things get a little hairy. It's not bad, but it's gonna get it's gonna take some time. Okay, so local market. We'll sell the meat here. Oh, it was 400. Oh yeah, still that's a really good deal. I got over. Wow, that's even more insane than Vulcan. I got 139 profit from this meat. There you go. But it might be because my skill's going up too. But they said something about starvation, so I guess that was something good there. Hey, they're starving. Buy max vegetables here now. Okay, so this next part is... actually, I wonder if we're missing an item. I think we might have lost something. No, maybe not. Odd. I thought we got... Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so... Oh yes, it's through these missions we get them. So we have to look for miners, and you can look for them on the contract board, or there's a place to go. So if you can't find them on the contract board, there's actually a better place to go for it. It's going to be a little far, but it's worthwhile getting, and I'm going to show you that now. And let's go exit station. So we're in Ubertis. And I'm actually going to go to Pomona, and then we're going to go to another one, which is an outer starter system, which is going to be Miner Paradise. That's the first outer system, and it's a busy place. And actually, this guy here, Mooncrest, has a base where we can buy some stuff from him, so that'll be cool. So let's go to Miner's Paradise. And keep this in mind, because he'll probably keep it stocked, at least at this time. If not, and if he doesn't exist anymore, check contracts. But he sells the miners there, so that's kind of handy. So here it is. Good luck finding everything here. So we're just going to scroll through here, and we're looking for MIB. It is MIB, but it wasn't that MIB. Did I skip it? Because I felt like it was one of the... No, maybe I didn't skip it. So we're looking for MIB. There it is. This one right here. Now remember, we can only hold 10 at a time, and we got to deliver all these bots, so it's going to take us some time. Okay, so let's go ahead. There's this new icon that opens up here. These are all dulled out because they're disabled. They're not in the right conditions and whatnot. But this one, we can open a stock market, and here is his items that he's selling at the stock market. So, mining robots, here you go. So we can just say max, of course, which would be just 10. And there you go. And this is a planet. This is a legitimate planet. And here is his the station, I guess, up here. Isn't that sweet? Holy crap, it's huge too. And then on the planet, he has another base that you can go to, and we'll check all that out later. But for now, we'll leave that alone. So you're going to start handing these in now. When you hand them in, one of them is going to give you some other stuff, which if they do, you probably don't want to deal with that. So keep that in mind. So let's figure out who that was again. Okay, so if you hand it into... you gain the blueprints. Okay, so hand in the Orion one last. This one last, because if you do it first, they'll give you 3 harvesters, which then you're gonna have to store away, and then you're gonna have to go get again later. And who wants to waste their time doing that? So keep that in mind. So when you get to this is confusing because like, where the hell do I go? Where do I dock out? Just go over here for the filter, show none, and then do just jump gates, and there we go. We can get out of here. Thank you. And then I would recommend putting them back all for use after. Okay. So we're going to go to Threes, and Apollo. So, yeah, that'll be easy. We produce space. And then Apollo. Might as well go all the way to Andromeda, save the longest trip now. And then, whoa, I'm confused here. We have Vulcan, sorry. And then, yeah. So that place where we bought the monitors, that is a legitimate player's base, legitimate 100% player market in a sense. So that was cool. That was, you know, that was something interesting. There you go. And then, dock, please. Okay, so they gave me a building for grain farms, a blueprint, which is really good. We'll be using that later. So we'll check here, just since we're here. You usually can see them on here, but they're not all the time. Now, these contracts, they refresh every 15 minutes. So I believe it's 15, 30, 45, and the hour. Don't hold my word to it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So if you're looking for something and you're like, oh, I couldn't find it in these 8 stations, well, after 15 minutes, those 8 stations would have had a refresh on their contracts. So consider checking again. But as you can see, there's nothing there. And might as well start heading back. I might go ahead and just check these places out just for fun. Now, I should have picked up the resources there if I'm going to go to a bunch of stations. Derp, derp. Okay, so we'll dock here. I think that was another player. Okay, so contract board. Farming robots. Don't accidentally get farming robots. You want mining robots. Plus that was, oh, that is by mining robots. Here they are. Perfect. So we could just buy those, and they'll give you the full amount you need, the 10, which is awesome. So yeah, mining robots. Confirm. Inventory is free. So there we go. And the next place we needed to go was Apollo. So Apollo is actually the next system over. So that kind of worked out, and we'll do that for the next episode. So we'll just stay at this station, and then we'll continue next time. So please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. We hope you enjoyed this. I think this Ascent game is amazing. I think it's going to be great. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it, and I hope you guys enjoy the series, and I hope it's somewhat helpful. I took a half a day, well, actually probably more than that, of just reading, learning, asking questions, even made a test account just so I can give you a basic, good, solid, start. In a sense, it could be even a tutorial video, but it's going to be a Let's Play series anyways, and we'll be learning a lot, and I will be, doing some stupid things later. But anyways, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.